Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I bid to Sir Idris bin Osman and my beautiful audience. On this beautiful day, I am going to present to you our group assignment with the company that we chose, which is Golden Screen Cinema Sdn Bhd, or known as GSC. So, first off, let me introduce myself. I am Nur Sabrina Muhammad Farus Fadli and I am from class BA 243-3B. Without further ado, please let me introduce you some introduction about Golden Screen Cinema. So, GSC is a private limited company under PBB Group founded in 1987. It is led by Ms. Koh Lee, Chief Executive Officer since January 2002. And industry of GSCs are media, cinema, marketing and distribution. Do you know that there are more than 504 screens of GSC across 57 locations in Malaysia and also more than 108 screens across 18 locations in Vietnam? Some of GSC products are Aurum Theatre, Gym Gastrobar, GSC Movie and GSC Light. Surprisingly, GSC also have more than 5,000 employees in Malaysia only, guys, and more than 1,500 employees in Vietnam. Why do you think we choose GSC? We choose GSC is because during COVID time, GSC is one of the company that affected so bad regarding the COVID-19. So we are interested to know about their staffing activities and how do they overcome that matter. Next, I will pass to my teammate to continue our presentation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Umaira Nabi Habiti Safi. I will continue with staffing models. The staffing model has three components, which is staffing quality levels, staffing quantity person and job match, and staffing quality person and organizations. According to the firm we studied, Golden Screen Cinema GSC, for their staffing strategies, they like to use tactics such as hiring many people, particularly near the end of the year. During holiday and festive days, GSC used to be understaffed. This is because their staff choose to spend time with their family on the certain day. The majority of GSC staff are Malays, and this is evident in the absence of workers, particularly on the day of the event of Hari Raya Aidilfitri. For instance, GSC Terbarau in Johor Bahru, there are 11 Malay employees and 2 Indian employees. They request leave at the same time, and GSC clearly required numerous part-time workers to replace its personnel on the day of the event. Overstaffing is uncommon in this organization. This is because they are searching for people who can work full-time and have no other obligation. As a result, the organization has a low staff turnover rate each year. This organization does not apply high KSAO to some of their employees in terms of staffing quality, which is job and per percent. For instance, to their promoters, hall guards, and the cashiers.
Human resource planning is the continuous and deliberate process of planning for the future with a specific purpose of making the best use of an organization's most valuable asset, which is its employees. Human resource planning assists firms in avoiding having either too few or too many employees. The human resource planning process consists of 4 major steps: helping organizational goals, as well as assessing existing labor availability and forecasting future labor need. GSC Human Resource has made a point of linking human capital to the company's strategy objectives and goals. In its staffing operations, the organization values adaptability, driving innovation, supportiveness, and assertiveness in candidates. These abilities are highly appreciated and are required to keep the company running smoothly. The impact on the business allowed cost is insignificant. HR management is required to ensure that organization is in excellent condition, as well as to ensure that the company is stable and organized. The purpose of HR planning is to guarantee that all goals and objectives are met. GSC is a huge corporation with a well-known brand that requires HR planning to ensure that their upper management maintains and improves their product and service.
Thank you, my teammate. Next, hi, it's me again, Nur Sabrina. So I am going to present to you the job analysis of GSC. First of all, what is job analysis? Job analysis is a process of study jobs in order to gather, analyze, synthesize, and report information about job recruitment and rewards. There are actually 3 types of job analysis, which is job requirement, competency, and job rewards. So after our studies, we find out that GSC type of job analysis is job requirement. In order to develop job requirement matrix, there are 2 steps that GSC will follow, which is number 1, review occupational requirement. They actually will find out what the company needs, what type of KSAO of staff that they need. So after they have found that what the company needs, the company requirement, they will proceed to the next step, which is collect data. Collect data from tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Once the data collected, they will analyze and synthesize, and then they will develop job requirement matrix. By using that job requirement matrix, they can easily find employees that reach their expectation and also KSAOs that can match with their job. One of the staffing implication about job requirement is that document task requirement for legal purposes and determine specific KSAO for selection. So, in order that company want to find a perfect staff, they actually have to find specific KSAO that can meet the criteria that they want. So I believe that using this job requirement, GSC can actually achieve their goal and target, also reach their objective in order to find a good employee for their company. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, for talent recruitment method and strategies, GSC has used both external and internal recruitment. For external recruitment, GSC has used the strategy to attract more potential talent from outside of their company. For an example, they advertise their job opportunities on the websites and job seeker applications such as JobStreet. A new talent also can walk into their new branches for a job opportunity. They will be provided with applicant form with some question for them to be answered. Lastly, for external, GLC also advertise their job opportunities using banner that they place at the outlet or mall. Next, for internal recruitment, GSC has used this method to promote their normal staff for a better position that they worth. For an example, their normal staff has been promoted to be a person in charge or the supervisors in their company. The company usually promote their staff based on their performance and potential to fulfill the new position. Furthermore, they also use the internal recruitment to transfer their staff to other departments to fulfill the empty position or solving the problem that happens at the other branches that need someone with experience and knowledge.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Ziad and I will continue to present on GSC's decision making. In determining the assessment scores, they use the single predictor method, which is by conducting an interview session. Candidates will be asked to fill in an application form before entering the interview session. In making final decision, they make the final choice in hiring candidates by performing ongoing hiring method. GSC has an ongoing need for employees in a variety of positions. This is mainly due to the high turnover rate being in the entertainment provider business sector. Meanwhile, for their final choice, when hiring an F&B promotion manager, for example, finalists will be listed from the most desirable to the least desirable based on the discretionary assessment results. Decision makers in GSC are their line managers and human resource professionals. Line managers are the person in charge in selecting service staff candidates. They will usually conduct an internal staffing by promoting their current staff to a higher position like a supervisor. Meanwhile, in selecting line manager position, it will be decided by their HR professionals. GSC use external recruitment method in selecting their line managers. Hence, HR professionals are deeming suitable to do the selection because it requires more insight on the candidates' KSAOs.
Okay, the last practice in talent recruitment and selection is final match, where GSC will first select the best out of all candidates that has applied to fill in the job vacancies. After receiving job application from the candidate, and conducting the interview. The selection of final candidate will be based on those who fit the KSAO after reviewing back the candidate resume, interview, and other evaluation that has been made. And then the final candidate and GSC will bond through a mutual agreement called employment contract once the decision to enter the employment relationship has been made. The employment contract will tie both employer and employee in a working relationship. Besides, offer letter will also be sent to the candidates where the candidate need to respond by accepting or rejecting it. Lastly, after the candidate accept the job letter, GSC will help them socialize by first introduce them to the team that they need to work with, after that to the workstation, so they can familiarize themselves with the place, and lastly, train them according to their own department.
At Golden Screen Cinemas in Lemberhad, the flow of their staffing can be listed from firstly, the manpower planning. They will plan to get the total number of qualified employees and seek to place the right employees in the right job at the right time. Secondly is the recruitment phase. GSC recruitment method involves candidates applying through websites or by walk-ins to fill in an application form. Then, the manager will conduct one-on-one interview with the candidates alongside with the supervisors. Next up in the flows is selection. In selection process, they prioritize candidates with a competent communication skills, decent general knowledge, and candidates who have experience working in the cinema industry. Number 4 is the placement phase. For example, male staff who have more flexible working hour will be placed to housekeep the cinema floor and hall to avoid having female staff working until late night. Next is the training phase. HR professionals will gradually send staff to a training program to enhance their skills. The sixth flow is the development. In this step, staff of GSC will apply what they have learned from the work training or training program themselves to provide the best service for the customers. Lastly in the flow is promotion. GSC applies internal staffing method, promoting one with the best performing work record to fill in higher position in the service crew, such as person in charge and supervisors.
Okay, next, our suggestion in improving talent recruitment and selection practice is by creating strategies for staffing by acquiring and developing talent. Talent acquisition is a process of recruiting and selecting new employees who have the skills and experience needed to fill in the job vacancies in the company. So whenever GSC try to recruit new employee to fill in the job vacancies in the company, they can try to select those who already have the KSO for the job that they are hiring currently. GSC will be able to save their time and also money when they are acquiring experienced employee, since they don't need to train them from the beginning because the employee are already knowledgeable about the job or field that they are going to work for. Moreover, GSC can also do a talent development where they need to equip the current employee with specific skills needed for their current role or future position. For example, GSC can train their top performing employee since they are eager to learn and advance their career. One of the main reasons behind employee turnover is the lack of growth and development opportunities, which make them to leave for a better opportunity. So, in order to retain the employee and avoid them from moving to other companies, GSC can offer them development opportunities where they can grow themselves beside giving back to the company.
Alright, so now I will continue with suggestion for management and administrations. A corporation with good management will have a high quality and efficient system. Without a doubt, no firm is flawless and without flaws, especially in terms of administration and management. Based on the organization we research, which is GSC, we have some recommendations for enhancing talent recruitment and selection practice. Firstly is the management of goal setting. This is due to the fact that many part-time workers do not have the opportunity to advance to full-time employment. During public holiday, GSC will only be seeking for part-time employees. GSC's management of staff leaving is inadequate because the majority of their staff request leave on the same days. Okay, so we believe that the GSC can handle employees leave in a systematic manner. Employees, for example, might be given a public holiday on a rotational basis. This is done to decrease the influx and outflow of part-time employees. After that, diversity's GSC hiring method. When it comes to hiring personnel, GSC solely conduct physical interview. So we would want to advise that they branch out from only interview sessions. First, they can view videos on correct food preparation so that they don't make mistake while working, even if they will be trained when they start. And then when they are given a video of the meals being prepared, they may be able to describe how the dishes is manufactured. So this is our suggestion for the management and administration. Thank you.
To discover the ideal individual, GSC should put the candidate's initiative to the test. GSC might use this strategy by asking unexpected questions to candidates during the interview. GSC may encourage their potential applicants to be honest in this way, avoiding their prejudice reflex reaction in their minds. Apart from that, GSC should use a psychometric approach to recruiting and selection. The goal of this strategy is to gather information and improve understanding. GSC can utilize a variety of tests to assess a candidate's work suitability, such as verbal reasoning, logical reasoning, situational judgment, and numerical reasoning. Each test provides a distinct view of how a person shows a given skill or ability.
For a conclusion, for me, Golden Screen cinemas are the number one cinemas in Malaysia. That the most preferred cinemas among the Malaysian citizen. They have offered a lot of job opportunities to the local, especially for the youngsters. They also accept part-time and permanent staff for their company. It is also a big achievement that they can still survive after the breakdown of their business cause of the total lockdown in 2002. So this proves that GSC has a good strategy and planning to overcome their problems. They also success in handling talent recruitment with their method and strategies that can attract a lot of candidates from inside and outside of their company. Last but not least, I believe that Golden Screen Cinemas will be sustained in the cinemas industry if they keep maintain on their good work and search and work for the improvement for their company in the future.